What an Excellent Day for a Podcast is not for the weak of heart. It contains explicit language, roller coaster-like tangents, and the occasional breakout into song. All opinions expressed are just that, opinions, and belong solely to those who speak them. Listener discretion is advised.
Four nerds strong.
What an excellent day for an August.
You'd like that?
What are you, fucking nuts?
Get the damn screwdriver out of the hand!
You listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish, understand?
I want you to pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
Welcome, horror fiends, to our little show titled What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to give us a listen. Around the horn this weekend is my fellow horror nerd, Dave. Danny C and Joe T couldn't jump into the fray with this one. So when I say Italian horror, what's the first image that comes to mind? Bet most of you would say that's easy. It's that friggin' epic dirt zombie headshot poster threatening those 6 terrifying words. We are going to eat you. I mean, who hasn't salivated over that VHS box back in the day? Can tell you that this nerd must have rented it 5 times in a row. Now when I say Italian horror director, I can guarantee that your first thought was the correct one. Raise your hand along with me for the godfather of Italian horror, the iconic Lucio Fulci. So many classics on his resume for us horror hounds to chomp on, but tonight, dear listeners, Dave and I finally get our chance to dive headfirst into Fulci's first entry of his unholy Gates of Hell trilogy. So dear listeners, join us as we take a visit to the dreaded town of Dunwich where, thanks to our dear friend Father Thomas, the dead have risen to G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip the brains out of the living, where eyes bleed leading to the worst bout of nausea ever imagined, where squishy puddles of blood and worms appear friggin' everywhere, and where drills be like, hey Bob, fuck around and find out. My dear horror fiends, all of this can mean only one thing. Yes indeed, the gates of hell are now open for business, and us two nerds, well, we're just ready to drop by and talk some damn horror. 1980s City of the Living Dead style, part 1 of 3. Oh man, it was good to fucking revisit Gates of Hell, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before we get started, man, Friday was a good day. I enjoyed it out there doing that event.
And more degrees.
Exactly, but I think June is really going to be the event. That's when everybody's going to be there, and we'll do some cool shit out there. But it was good to kind of do this trial run. Lisa and Scott, man, great people, man.
Yeah.
Love those two.
I mean, she gave me a little shit, but it was kind of deserved.
About?
Wait, at the end there, after we packed up and we stopped inside, and she came over and she... I still didn't get the connection, but she was offering everyone coffee. And I was like, yeah, I said, I hit my caffeine limit, for my stomach. Like, and she's just like, yeah, sign of a true smoker. You need to stop that.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I'm like, you're right, I do, but I don't know what that has to do with it. Unless implying that I consumed a lot of caffeine, but not really. I had my cup, and then I topped it off with some peppermint cocoa.
Typically for smokers, the caffeine and the cigarette goes hand in hand. One doesn't happen without the other.
Yeah, I mean...
Typically. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, I definitely had a caffeine addiction, like, way before I even, like, touched a cigarette.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. I enjoyed it Friday. I was fucking freezing, though, man. Towards the end, man, it was like, yeah, this is, we need to wrap this shit up.
It was, like, right after we ate, and then, you know,
Yeah.
all right, granted, about that time is when the sun started dipping behind, but,
Yep.
yeah, I feel like after that, it just tanked.
I had to go back today and look for my fucking 3 toes that fell off.
Oh, did you find them?
See if I could secure them. Maybe they're still in working condition. Oh, man.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
yeah. I went on there and kind of checked them out and all that. It was good, you know. It was the 2 girls that I interviewed were fucking. Yeah, we like them all because they're funny.
Yeah.
What's funny about it? But okay.
Shit. Which one's your favorite? Part 2. Why? Because it's funny. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Which one's your favorite? I never saw any of them.
No.
Ever. Brighten up this fugly fucking face. Let's go. On a Sunday morning.
Some mood music.
Sunday. So Strange Darling, dude.
But so thoughts?
Meh. That's all I got. I got one word for it. Meh. It was okay. I mean, it was a little bit of a twist, right? I mean, you kind of knew what was going on. But
yeah,
I just...
Yeah. I don't see where... you know, it seems like still it's hands down Joe's favorite of the year. I don't get that, but I did like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was a good, you know, it was your typical. I mean, I like how the beginning they had the setting almost like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? So it's they got the scrolling and they're telling you about it, and you think one thing, right, and then it turns out that, you know, she's the fucking electric lady, and I mean, it was okay. It was okay, but I mean, people are building it up like it's fucking, you know, like it's fantastic. I don't see that. It's it was one of many. Didn't really stand out too much with me, but hey.
I liked it, but it's probably closer to maybe fitting my top 20 of the year.
Yeah, me too. It's nowhere near anywhere near the top. But then again, you know, I'm gonna have the substance up there. So, and some may say may shit on that one. But I mean, again, I didn't hate it, but I didn't think I guess my expectation was up a little bit, and I expected a little bit more from it, and so I was a little bit let down after the credits started rolling after the final, which seems to be like a fucking 50-minute fucking death scene in the passenger seat. It's like, just fucking die already, please.
I
mean, the acting was great, but just let's go.
Yeah, I thought her acting in that was great, but I didn't think it didn't hit. I wasn't conscious of it enough to address it when we talked about it, but especially now you saying it, that's just a different version of the end of Violent Nature.
That's what I thought.
It's
I
just
went right
10 minutes
to
of
that.
her dying.
Yeah, I went right to that. I'm like, who fucking copied who here? What happened? But it was all right. Listen, they should have listened to the fucking cop. Cop said keep her handcuffed. Don't fuck with her. And the other female cop wanted to let her go. And
got the feels about it.
Yeah, got in your emotions. And if you would have just left it there. Yes, that's 2 strikes, Joe T. No more fucking recommendations. And you even knew it. Even texted and said, yeah, I probably thought you wouldn't like it. I'm not fucking watching Devin then. I'm not watching that one.
Well, that he even said, like, yeah.
Yeah, that one he said I probably, even though I'm found footage, I love found footage, I probably wouldn't like that one. Hey, if we can get JWoww on, man, I'll watch it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, she's hitting up the cons, so I guess she's reaching that point. That's willing to talk to, again, 4 assholes from Jersey.
And I love it that she's into horror, that she did that, man. That's fucking cool. I never would have known that watching fucking Jersey Shore. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. She was into jazz, man.
Yeah. I need to, like I told Joe T, I need to try to connect with Paul Clements, man. I need to do an episode on The Beast Within, man. Beast Within was fucking a classic for me, man. It got me into horror, and I want to talk about that movie. And I would love to interview Paul Clements. I don't know if he's on the scene anymore.
Yeah,
I've never seen him at conventions.
Yeah, so other than that little E.T. watch-along, like, I haven't seen that movie since I was a fucking kid. So who's Paul Clemens?
Paul Clemens plays Michael McCleary, plays the boy, plays the monster in The Beast Within, the one that transforms. So and he just fucking pulled that shit off at the end, man. It That was great. But yeah,
all 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, that's a nostalgic movie for me, man. That one, that's near and dear. That's right up there. It's not The Exorcist, but from shaping my horror fandom, The Beast Within is right fucking there.
All right.
So I need to eventually talk about that. I wanted to talk about it because I watched it in October, and I actually did a little script, a little short on it that I never recorded. So maybe I'll combine something with something. But we are here to talk Gates of Hell, baby. The first of the Gates of Hell trilogy.
Yes. The unofficial
Lucio Fulci.
trilogy.
Yes. So you had Gates of Hell, right? Well, City of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I think they had to change the name, I believe, when they released it in the States because Romero was like, no, a little too close.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little too close.
Which
so
I
they
think
changed it to the Gates of Hell.
So when we were talking about posters too, and that came up, I think we referenced that too, how it had that Dawn of the Dead vibe to it. So
yeah, but what you have right there, exactly. I mean, look at that poster. That's definitely Dawn of the Dead vibe. But what you have right there, that is what I remember. City of the Living Dead, Gates of Hell. When I see that, that's the VHS box that called to me at the mom and pop video store many years ago. That like, look at this shit. I need to do something with this right here. I used to rent it constantly, and then allegedly, someone, a buddy of mine, allegedly had an extra VCR and allegedly did something to where he made a copy, and allegedly handed it to me, and I allegedly wore that shit out too. So. Yeah, I'm not too fond of the other, like...
Yeah, there's the Thai poster. I dig it, but it's so different.
Yeah, no, I'm with the whole Dawn of the Dead vibe, Gates of Hell poster. In fact, I was just looking around. I think that's a poster that's going to adorn my hallway. I don't have anything Gates of Hell, so I think I need to... Well, got this now.
Yeah.
Thanks to you lending me the $45 to buy it, which I appreciate.
I was so fucked up because I remember you mentioned it before, like, I still owe you money. I still owe you. I'm like, and then you're sitting there waving it in my face.
You're like, what is this for?
I still don't fucking know. You're like the thing over at the thing.
The thing. That thing. and then Danny C had a chime. It was like the shirts. Thank you for the assist, Danny C.
Yeah. He helps out once in a while.
Yeah, he does. Danny C.
He doesn't always throw people under the bus.
No.
But that's probably why we always gotten along despite any drama within the family, because we'd rather just, talk shit and break balls and let it roll over. Because again, it was always the elders.
Yeah.
It never pertained to us.
No, I love Danny C like a brother. He's a good man. He's a ball buster. He's a gaslighter for sure.
Yeah, well, he's from my bloodline, so.
All right, let's dive into this bad boy.
Yes. So one thing I picked up on early on that I just figured because I'm a weirdo, like, and then I had listened to a few other reviews on it, and it was like, nope, apparently this is the mainstream thought of it. But yeah, the whole cemetery scene. That's just an 80s hard rock video.
Oh yeah, the mist, right? And that's the cemetery that you sent me, right, on the text.
Yeah, so
that's in Savannah, Georgia.
That cemetery is it looks like it's like a town or two over from Savannah. But from what I heard, like most of the film was shot between Savannah and New York.
And New York, yeah.
So
it was cool.
I just assume New York because it seems like, especially in that era, like a lot of the Italian directors were, either shot in New York or based in New York.
Yeah.
The closest Italian town to resemble that.
Yeah, Fulci hung out a lot in New York. He, even Zombie, right? You had the zombies crossing. What was that? The Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
There. So, but Gates of Hell. Like I said, it's. I think it got released in Italy in 1980, and it didn't hit the States. I think until like 83.
Yeah. Which fucked me up because when I pulled it up on Amazon, it said 83, and it had a different picture on it too, one that I wasn't familiar with. And I was like, did somebody else put out a movie with the same name? And I pulled up City of the Living Dead. So, yeah, it like fucked me up because I saw 83. I'm like, and that's when I looked it up and realized now there was a hiccup before it started playing here. So yeah in America, it's an 83 movie, but That shit was so old at that point.
This I think was, if I recall correctly, and I'm gonna really go back to SNS Video. SNS Video when I moved, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and as I got a little bit older and got into horror and everything, there was a mom and pop video store called SNS Video, and that's the one I was telling you guys where like they had like 4 fucking beta tapes. They had like 4 choices for Betamax. My dad fucking bought a Betamax, and everything else was VHS. But I think Gates of Hell was one. I think that they did have in beta, if I remember correctly, and I did rent it, and that was the first time that I got it. And then I used to wear it out at Palmer Video with my buddy. We were just like, we would constantly rent this fucking movie until he allegedly did something with it.
Yeah.
But
you have no specific knowledge of these alleged things.
No, none whatsoever. A tape just arrived and had 3 horror movies on it, and this was one of them. So the movie, it starts out with a scream, right? Which, by the way, you know, Mary in this movie, I'm surprised she never was looked at as like a scream queen, because she screams a lot in this fucking movie.
And she's the one, she's in like the whole trilogy too, right?
Yeah. So starts with the scream, and then I love that music. I think it was Fabio Frizzi or some shit like that. Yeah. I think that's his name. I just love the soundtrack to this movie.
You're the resident Italian on the show, so you better get this.
Yeah, Fabio Frizzi was, I made a note of it, did the soundtrack. It was like, dun dun, dun dun. I just fucking love it. It's simple. But, and then you got the evil priest, right? We flash over to the evil priest, you know, Father Thomas. He's just walking around the cemetery, and then before you know it, we go to that seance.
Yeah. Now, did you, because again, I haven't seen this in a long fucking time, so. Yeah. But yeah, while he's walking through and they do that one close-up right on the eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking Karras.
Damien Karras.
Like the way they zoomed in on the eyes there, I'm like, that looks like fucking Damien Karras' eyes.
No,
and then back off, I was like, no, maybe like a distant cousin, but
the multiverse, man. Mm-hmm. Right? Listen,
that's what happened. Pazuzu was still in Damien at the time.
Yeah.
And he went and for that moment possessed Father Thomas.
Yeah, and I'll double down on it. When you're watching this movie, it's almost like like all the Mercedes McCambridge, the Pazuzu fucking sounds, the groans and everything from The Exorcist. It almost sounds familiar in this movie in different scenes before they show up. And we're going to debate whether or not these were zombies or fucking demons. We got to have that discussion. Yeah. But you hear it like I even made a note of it. I was like, oh, wow, it sounds like Pazuzu showed up in these scenes. So again, multiverse, there's a connection there.
Yeah.
There's a connection, right? But the whole seance, that one lady, oh my God, the dubbing on that one lady. I mean, not as bad as that little fucking kid who bites the titty in House by the Cemetery. But holy shit, man. So yeah, so you have this seance, right? And Mary sees this this vision of this town, and the dead is gonna rise on All Saints Day because the priest fucking committed suicide. He hung himself. And then she goes into some sort of seizure, and then there's babies crying. I need to discuss that. Why are there babies crying?
Because they're sad.
Where did the babies come from? They just like...
But they didn't sign the release form, so they couldn't show them in the movie. But they were off in the corner of the room in a bassinet crying.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, she's having a seizure. I get it. She was frightened, whatever she saw. She's on the floor. She's foaming out their mouth, and there's babies crying.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from, but... And then, poof, gates of hell are open. Yeah. Open for business.
And I kind of like I don't know if it was the intent, but the whole thing where it almost felt like this was a seance where, no, the dead were trying to reach out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to, I don't even know what the fuck their purpose was. I don't know if they said it or if I just missed it. What their point of the seance was, but it was like just perfect timing that, the priest or whatever was consuming him was like, no, we got to let some people know what's about to go down.
The Book of Enoch, Dave.
Yes.
You got the Necronomicon and you got the Book of Enoch.
Who would win in a cage match?
These two fucking books. But so the town is Dunwich, right? And I think I think what Fulci was saying was that I guess there's a connection to like H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know if they were like reading a lot of Lovecraft at that time, and Dunwich obviously. So that's why the town became Dunwich.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was a direct shout out to Lovecraft.
And there's another movie, right? The Dunwich Horror.
Probably.
There's another 80s horror movie called The Dunwich Horror. I think I maybe seen it once a long time ago, but I don't remember shit about it. The flames in the seance. They're pretty cool, right? You get the flame coming up, you got it going down.
It's like,
yeah. I'm like, okay. A lot of crazy. You got babies crying, you got flames coming out of the floor. What's going on here? But the town is cool. I love the whole ambiance of the town, right? Dunwich, when we do go back there, just like the mist and the fog, and it just feels like late 70s, early 80s, and got that one bar where 3 people just fucking sitting around,
and
no lives, drinking.
that had to be, they had to cough up some money for that, because that was too prominently displayed, that split sign. I didn't even notice there was anybody in the bar. I was focused on that sign. And fucking... I wish he was in it more, but Sergeant Clay in the beginning, he kind of reminded me of the cop in, and shit, we kind of briefly talked to him the other week. The cop from Friday the 13th, where he came in.
Okay.
What do you got? Smoking some grass, some crack, some dope, and all that. And this fucking guy comes in there. He's just, fuck, who's he talking to? But he was just like, what do you want? Coke, grass? Where are you stashing it? Come on, tell me. And it's like, holy shit. It's just a cop thing in 79, 80. That's just what they did.
Which is fucking hilarious too, right? Yeah, I've seen I've seen visions of the dead. I had someone's seizure. We got flames coming in and out of the fucking floor. There's babies crying in our apartment. What do you want, grass? Yeah, because when you smoke grass, that's what you typically see.
You take a nap and you eat snacks.
I would rather have said, what do you like? Did you ingest like fucking 10 mushrooms? Then I can understand you seeing that shit.
Yeah, but no, it goes right to weed.
Yeah, he's like, what do you want, grass? Yeah, because people that smoke grass, they normally see flames coming out of their floor.
Maybe light flames, just because they think it would be cool. But
you're gonna have to smoke a lot of grass to see that.
Yeah, he's I really wish he would have just been on the case the whole time. Like he was just like, and I'm already drawing a blank. What the fuck was he saying to the woman too? Like he was giving her a bunch of shit too.
Yeah.
And just or at least they should have taken one of the main characters and gave them his lines, because I just wanted to see that throughout the whole movie. That kind of attack.
I gotta get some headphones, man. These fucking things, every time I move my hands, I fucking karate chop them, and I fucking karate chop them out of my fucking ears.
That's from watching too much Cobra Kai.
Yeah. All that grass.
that grass got you all violent.
It's all that grass got you karate chopped.
Mix it with some coke.
So it's funny how, like, the dubbed woman, I forget her name, she's like, another town, horrifying things are happening, things that would shatter your imagination. And then right after that, we meet fucking Bob. The town fucking pedophile.
Dude.
Oh my God. And that blow-up doll, dude,
that was the most mind-blowing thing. That was the most mind-blowing part for me, was it was self-inflating.
Yeah, he just threw it down to the floor and it inflated.
Yeah, he just looked at it the right way, and I didn't care that he was a creep, a pervert, any of that stuff. I'm like, where in 79 do you get a self-inflating blow-up doll?
Yeah, one that you can look at lovingly, and it just blows up by itself. Oh, you ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
Is that what it was? You have to give it the right gaze?
You got to give it the right gaze, and then you throw it on the floor, and it's like, all right, we're ready to go now.
That's why I never got one of those in the 80s. I'm like, I don't have the lung capacity for one of those.
I think that it actually looked a little bit like Marilyn Monroe. I guess the top with the hair. So it's like, we got a little 1950s blow up doll. Maybe back then they just blew up automatically.
After you get what you want,
Yeah, player number 3. There you go. All right. So, Bob looked like, that was a creepy fucking dude, man. That was a creepy dude. He had some issues, Dave. He had some major fucking issues.
But did they establish, all right, yeah, obviously he was creepy, he was pervy and all that, but did they establish that he actually did bad things? Or
No, just that reputation.
Yeah.
You know, he walked around looking like, you know, well, a couple of times, like some of them called out the fact that he, you know, he was, you know, he took the kids or he took their daughters or something to the woods or some shit like that. Like people were mentioning like different things he did, which, yeah, I mean, if you're taking a little girl into the woods, maybe you shouldn't do that, Bob.
All right, maybe I just missed that part. Because if he actually did shit, then yeah, he had a pretty deserving demise. But if it was all just speculation, because he was
which it was,
the town weirdo with, you know, creepy tendencies.
Yeah.
Because if that was just the case, then I'm fucked. My neighborhood's going to lynch me just because I'm a weirdo.
Well,
I haven't touched kids.
I think one of the dads, I don't know who was at the bar or something. I guess I remember him saying that he tried to take my Annie or something into the woods or some shit like that. So maybe he was just talking to the fucking girl and they thought that he was trying. But I think that's the same girl, like before he gets his fucking head drilled later in the movie. I think that's the same girl that wants to smoke the grass. Wants to smoke the grass with him. Like, you're in my dad's car. You want to smoke some grass?
Who's that? Emily, right?
No, Emily is John's sister. She's the one that gets killed and then she ends up everywhere. Emily's like the star zombie demon. She's in all the fucking all the action. The Junie's Lounge in Dunwich. That was the name of the bar. Junie's Lounge.
Okay. Yes. All right. Never mind. Yeah, I do remember seeing the sign.
Yeah.
Again, the Schlitz just. It was like Men in Black. As soon as Schlitz came up that prominently, I was just like, and I forget everything else that happened.
So now shit's starting to happen in the town, right? Because the gates of hell are open and everything. It's funny because they're in this lounge, these three guys, and the mirror breaks, right? Like, as shit's happened, the mirror breaks, the wall fucking cracks, and the dude's like, oh no, it's probably just a truck passing by. I had to pause to fucking say to myself, you're literally right by the street. Would you not hear or see a fucking truck passing by that's gonna shake your wall so much that it's gonna fucking crack and the mirror's gonna break? Come on.
No, but he figured it out, because then, they split, then the wall splits, and then he realized, oh, it's just that cheap-ass new construction.
Yeah. Yeah, typically my wall splits in half all the time when the construction is bad. Oh, shit. Not to mention, I think it was cement.
Yeah, like concrete blocks and a perfect little right down this.
Yeah. Then we're introduced to Sandra, and Sandra's, I guess, the psychiatrist, that guy Gary, who's the psychiatrist, the doctor in town. Sandra is his patient, or his... Where she's like, she's on his couch.
Daddy issues.
She's like, don't all little girls at the tender age of 8 want to marry their dads? No. I don't think so.
I feel like I have heard stories like that, like whether it's, marriage, but I feel like there are times where, I've experienced little girls that are like, oh, I want to marry my daddy. But like just that face value innocent, not like I want to have the full marital experience with my old man.
Maybe they want to marry someone like their daddies, right? So someone that protects them and takes care. But yeah, she's like, I want to marry my father. Don't all girls want to marry their fathers? Maybe not all.
I mean, by 13, it's weird. But when you're 8, it's perfectly normal.
Oh, man.
Yes, that was, that caught me a little. Because, wasn't she, like, focused on, like, incest and shit?
Yeah, she was.
He was like, well, what's with that fascination?
Yeah. Well, and thank you for bringing that up. That adds to it. That adds to it, the whole incest thing. And then Emily comes into the room, right? And Emily, I guess, is a therapist too. She likes to help Bob. She cares for Bob and all that. So, and then she comes into the room there and is curious as to why no one likes Bob. Bob just called it. I don't understand why no one likes Bob. Have you looked at him?
Have you seen his girlfriend in the corner?
Have you been in it? I mean, then she goes to his place. I don't know if it's an apartment or where it is, and he's got all the fucking naked girl pictures. I swear I thought Freddy
was going to come out from the corner. It looked like the fucking boiler room.
Yeah. Oh man. And then so they bury Mary alive, right? They think she's dead.
Yeah.
So they which I don't understand. I mean, if you get to the point where you're in a coffin and they're putting you in the ground, I would have thought you've been embalmed already.
Yeah.
right? Like if you weren't dead, you're dead now. Because you just drained all your blood.
Yeah, maybe they did things differently back then in Italy.
Maybe. Maybe.
But yeah, that was kind of odd. And then, you know, she does her Bill Pullman impression.
Oh, God.
Not dead.
Yeah. And I'm so fucking claustrophobic, dude. I just can, like, I was like, as she was gasping for air, I'm gasping for air watching the fucking movie because I can't stand being in tight places, and to be buried alive is like one of the, next to being eaten by a shark in the ocean, that's one of my biggest fears, man.
Or fucked by a Pazuzu.
But then our friend comes over. Well, first off, the gravedigger looks like Vince Vaughn's brother. He had to be his twin,
yes.
Dude. Right? If you look back, like, holy fuck, Vince Vaughn's first scene. His first movie. Fucking Gates of Hell. I love it.
Wow, he looked the same age as he did 20 years later.
Yeah. Well, thank God they were like union workers, because it's like 5 o'clock. We're halfway done.
She was fucked. There's no way she would have been heard. And that was another one that kind of bothered me. Like, I understand the first, like, so he's walking away and then he thought he heard like a little thump or a little squeal, and he stops and thinks about it, and he's getting ready to walk away. And then you hear like more prominent noises, and he keeps hearing it. Like, why the fuck did he just stand there debating it for 5 minutes? After the second or third sound, just go investigate.
Yeah. And I wondered why he didn't call the two dudes back over. Maybe they wouldn't believe him, but if they heard it, they would help.
Well, no,
him.
they were off the clock. If they were,
yeah, they weren't gonna do shit. That bitch can die in there. I'm not doing anything. It's 5 o'clock. What the fuck?
We don't get it. We don't get overtime pay. So
yeah, you're gonna pay me overtime to dig the person that was buried alive out. And what's with the pickaxe, dude? Careful with that shit.
Well, was he trying to save her, or was he just trying to like snuff the sounds?
Yeah, like he's like swinging that pickaxe like right by her fucking head to try to get around. There's got to be an easier way. I mean, you're gonna put that fucking. It was the same pickaxe that Jason used in part 2, man. Holy shit! I'm like, dude, man, be careful with that fucking thing. She's alive. You're gonna fucking kill her.
Yeah, but yeah, it worked out. Like, you know, or maybe he's just that good, and he knows the exact placement of the head and knew he was going to just miss on either side. Yeah, he got close too. But Mary's alive. She's well. And all right,
she's hungry.
Backpedal like 2 minutes. So she starts freaking out, starts clawing on the inside. And before she even gets through the felt, her fingers are already bleeding.
Yeah.
She just tore through the fabric layer of the coffin, and she's already bleeding.
Yeah, fabric's dangerous, man.
No, apparently, maybe it was extra starch and she got like a paper cut. I don't know. But
maybe it was like shark skin fabric, and it was like the little tentacles, right?
Yeah,
it's like sandpaper.
Little barbs on there.
Yeah. Mary had to go out in style, so they got a shark skin coffin for her.
Yeah, because all the guys they bury in a shark skin suit, but with her, she just got the lining.
So now Mary's alive. You got the therapist, the Gary, the psychiatrist. You got Sandra. you got Mary's alive, and she's with the reporter. I forget his name.
Peter.
Peter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's the 4 of them, right? And the goal is to close the portal to hell by All Saints Day. That's the mission. That's the mission. And now things are starting to get fucked up because I guess Emily dies. So Emily gets killed, and a lot of them get killed with the squishing of the head.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of eating going on, right? These are not your typical zombies.
Yeah, I think these are like 1 or 2 quick scenes where you saw a little nubbing going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always just extreme hair pulling.
Yeah. I would have thought the electric lady from Strange Darling would have been more of a zombie when she took the fucking bite out of his neck. She ate more of a person than these fuckers did in this movie.
And that's the other thing too, when Peter first walked up to the building and you got the cop there and he's just like, what are you, a reporter? Yeah, I can smell you from a mile away. And it's just like, all right, fourth wall, but like, it's an Italian horror movie. Of course there's a reporter that's going to get involved with the case.
Of course. Of course. You always have to have a reporter involved with the case, snooping around.
Yeah.
And that was the brother of the reporter from the movie Chud. Remember that reporter?
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Was it actually the same guy, or we multiverse?
It wasn't the same guys, but it was
Okay.
multiverse. Yeah, it happened in New York. I assume everything. They're all fucking related in New York somehow.
What are you saying? All Italians in New York know one another
They're all related.
with their coffee,
Oh, man.
their drawers, their doors.
So Emily gets offed when she goes to visit Bob, right? Emily gets offed by a muddy worm palm smash to the face, right? He shoves some worms in her face. And...
From Christopher Leon Wish.
And that does the trick, I guess.
Yeah, that every time they went to that shot, I just kept feeling like it was too much trying to be Christopher Lee's Dracula.
Yeah.
And it took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah. There was a lot of muddy worm shots around, right? That was kind of the calling card of these fucking zombies or this supernatural event. There's a lot of little areas where there's worms kind of squishing around with mud or blood or whatever the hell it was. And now Emily's dead.
And then when they run out of worms, they just go to intestines.
Yeah, we're getting to that scene, man. We're getting to that scene. And that's where you heard the Pazuzu sounds, too, in Bob's place, right? Pazuzu showed up. I think Pazuzu had a hand in offing Emily. Because I could have sworn I heard, Marin!
And it goes back to the close-up of Thomas.
Marin! So now you got, I think now it goes to the scene, right? Because shit's hitting the fan now, right? It's all hell's breaking loose. A little kiss, you like that? Like how I did that? So now all hell's breaking loose, right? And now we get to the scene. This scene was, and I know there's a portion of it that looks like, okay. But this scene really did. This was my number one gore scene growing up. I think it even tops the eyeball scene. It definitely tops the eyeball scene for me in Zombie.
Yeah, you know what? Because the eye scene, I feel like most of that effectiveness, I mean, you get the payoff, but I feel like it's the psychological angle of it. Like, you know it's coming, and they just have you anticipating that for, what, like 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Whereas this just flat out... Yeah.
Well, Fulci goes slow again when we get to the drill scene with Bob. That guy's like fucking, I mean, Bob is like, what is he, 120 pounds soaking wet? I mean, this guy's not putting up a fight. And when we get to the drill's on, and he's got his head there. And he's like pushing with all his might to try to move Bob. I'm like, come on. I would have grabbed him, put his head right to that fucking drill. Done. So that was a little bit of a anticipation type kill. But so they're making out, right? They're making out in their car. There's two couples, right? They turn the high beams on because she hears something. You just see that creepy mist, right? And all of a sudden, Father Thomas shows up, and he stares at her. And it seems like every time these fucking creatures, these demons or zombies, whatever they are, they stare at you, your eyes bleed, and then shit goes down. And what went down here is this girl literally just vomited all her internal organs. It was a fucking beautiful thing. She put real veal intestines in her mouth.
Yeah, apparently she had a little bit of tripe as well.
Tripe, yeah, I saw the tripe.
So
my mom used to cook that.
She used to get, or she got some, extra craft services on that shoot.
Yeah. Fulci was going around at the buffet at lunchtime. What do you guys got here? A little tripe, give me some of that. Put that in your mouth. Give me some. But it just looks disgusting, man. And then you got all the gurgling sounds and the all that other fucking sound effects that go with it, the gagging, and she just starts spewing up these entrails, and then kudos for the loud gag as I think the heart comes out finally. But as the rest is falling out, we now change to a dummy head, right? And it's just like mouth open. Shit just pouring out, fake teeth, right? It's like, there you go.
But one thing that did stand out to me, I'm going to assume Damien Leone's probably a fan of this stuff too, like some of the Italian stuff, as far as like sound design. Like the sound design of the gore is a few notches above almost realistic. I mean, it closes the deal. It does make it that much grosser. But that's one thing I always notice whenever Damien's involved with effects. Like it's got that, all right, you got it at the perfect level. Let's take it up 2 notches to really accent the horrible shit going on. So, I mean, obviously he's a huge horror fan, but I'm guessing, the whole Italian and giallo.
Yeah, it's a good question to ask him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's got that whole squishy sound design going on, and that was prevalent in this movie. I mean, every time they showed, whether it was maggots, worms, head crush, all of that, you had
just a simple
cool
fact of grabbing
design.
the back of someone's head in the media. It's like,
Yeah. That's a strong grasp right there.
That's why I always said with Stream, like, even aside of, like I said, Damien seems to have an obsession with face and head trauma in his kills.
Yeah.
But, like, you could tell that was his work, because I'm sure he had a hand in, again, with the kills, like, let's turn up the volume a little bit on this one.
Did you notice when they were in... Go ahead, finish your thought.
I was going to say, nope, all right, back to Gates of Hell.
Did you notice when they were embalming Emily, like, it was, like, very watery? I was like,
No, I didn't notice, but now I'm having the vision, yes.
And the family's out in the waiting, like the wake has started, right?
Mm-hmm.
The showing has started, and they're still embalming her while they're putting lipstick on her, multitasking while the family is already there to start the wake. Like, timing, people.
You guys are not efficient with your routine here. Unless the family were just being assholes and were like, we know she just died an hour ago, but can we have the service now?
Yeah.
Then they're off the hook. But I don't think we established the time gap between these two moments.
And after the service, Gary's got his arm around John Boy, and he's like, well, now you got to be a man. You got to be a man for you. Dude's 8. He just lost his sister. Don't ask the fucking dude to be strong and to be a man for his family. Come on now.
I mean, I do get the sentiment, but even I would say too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Way too soon. Bad timing.
She ain't even underground yet. But...
And Father Thomas just, like, he bounces around, man. He just drops from everywhere.
So, of anything I've heard on the movie, that seems to be a point that a lot of people kind of talk shit about, like the whole jump cut thing.
Yeah.
Of these zombies, creatures, whatever, just boom, boom, flashing in and out.
Let's get into that.
Which I do get. Like, I understand, like, but again, if you take into account the time, that this is happening, like, that was kind of that I guess that came off as the most effective way of doing it. By today's standards, it's ridiculous. But, like, watching it as blatant as it was, and to the point where it almost took you out of it, I just took that as, like, okay, so priest dies. The gates of hell are opening. I almost saw it, like, almost as if the door's creaking open and they're just kind of flickering in until the gates are just blown wide open, which I guess you would have expected that's what was going to happen by the end of the movie. But I thought that was the reasoning, like the in-universe reason for that, why they just flickered in and out. It was kind of like, again, the gates just kind of creeping open and they're slipping through in little spurts.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good theory for sure.
Or maybe I'm just playing apologist.
I don't I mean, he did that for a purpose, right? I mean, these things just appear and disappear at will.
Yeah.
Right? They'll just show. You really can't escape them because they'll just show up anywhere.
Like in They Live. Maybe they got the watches.
Maybe. There you go. There you go. But that's why I don't think they're true zombies. I don't think they're true zombies. I think the gates of hell has opened when you combine the Pazuzu sounds. And I think these are more demonic. They're more supernatural. I think this whole event is supernatural. Yeah,
these
the
are
dead
demons
is rising.
reanimating the dead.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
can see that.
Yeah, there's definitely demonic supernatural shit at play here because they just appear, disappear. They have the power to just stare at you like Dracula does, and your eyes bleed, and you fucking vomit your internal organs
I
up,
know it.
as Dave's doing to me right now. I don't know if I'm crying or bleeding. Let me not look at the screen anymore.
And I was going to mention that too, like that's one of those things I never looked into, like how they managed to pull off the bleeding eye effect.
Yeah.
Because if I remember right, like it didn't come off as much, like they were dwelling on that a little bit. Like you saw her and then you saw the eyes swelling up a little and then it started running. Like if they were to keep cutting back and forth, like, okay, you saw a little red line, then they cut away and come back, then there's more blood. But it was all like self-contained in that shot for the most part. Like the editing in that was minimal. So Yeah, it reminded me that I need to look up how they pull that kind of effect off. Again, with 70s technology.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm assuming there was no CG in that.
No. And was it where they just had like eye drops? They just fill their eyes with like blood, like eye drops that were colored red, and they just and then you saw that's where you saw the bubbling up from it on where it was very wet, heavy liquid, and then it just kind of I don't know, but I do agree that it's a cool effect because they don't cut away. So
I mean they do, but not, like I said, the blood evolves at a rate that I feel like there should have been more edits in there. So, or maybe they were just, because I know they do with like bleeding in general, they'll do the tube and then cover it over with flesh tone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at
maybe
first.
Maybe they just had such tiny tubes that it was easier to conceal.
Yeah.
And then
maybe there was a tube going into the corner or something like that just fed the blood-colored water underneath the eye, and it just pooled up.
Yeah, because they are dark enough shots that you can kind of bury that in the shadows a little as well. See, now I got to go and rewatch it after this, or at least cut to those scenes. See if I can figure it out, and then I'll go to the cheat code.
So we're still in the funeral, right? We're still at the wake with Emily, and that fucking funeral parlor guy, the guy that works there, man, stealing the fucking jewelry right off the fucking people. I mean, takes the necklace off of Emily.
I just assumed that was like the thing. I just thought that's how they do. That's how that works.
Give me that. But then he fucked around and found out, right, from the old lady, Mrs. Holden, who took a bite of his fucking finger, which was nice. And then she ends up like somehow getting placed into Sandra's house in her kitchen, unknowingly.
You didn't know when you're dead and you bite somebody's fingers off, that's where you end up?
Yeah. But then again, they just appear and reappear, and disappear. So maybe she was in a funeral parlor 1 second, just appeared in Sandra's fucking kitchen.
Or at that point, she was possessed or whatever the case was, and she teleported.
Yeah.
And I just love the whole phone conversation of like, you don't think I'm crazy, do you? Like, you don't think I'm cracking up, right? I'm pretty sane. And I'm like, well, except for wanting to bang your old man, but yeah, perfectly normal.
She's like, well, then you need to go in the kitchen and look at it for yourself. Tell me I'm not crazy. And then it's gone, and it sounds like it's like Mrs. Holden is just running amok in the house because you hear all the noises and everything. But then you see her feet. She was in the room the entire time with them, just behind some, which was kind of creepy. That was pretty cool. And then you had the window shattering with the blades and the fucking the walls bleeding like Amityville Horror, which was kind of a cool effect.
I'm starting to think, even though there's a handful of movies we felt like would be the center of this multiverse thing, but I'm starting to think this would be perfect, just because then we could call the episode Gateway to Hell.
There you go.
And just
Gateway to
everything
Hell.
shoots from there.
So now we get to the other great kill scene. Right? Fulci, give Fulci some credit too. He's got some iconic fucking scenes in his movies, right?
He's
got
not
some iconic kill scenes.
He's not known for the best storytelling, but if you want gore, he's going to give it to you.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I mean, think of some of them, right? I mean, you got Zombie, you got the eyeball.
Yeah.
Say what you want about the kill scene with the movie poster, the box cover zombie from Zombie that bites the chick in the neck.
Oh yeah.
That's a great fucking scene, and then in the Beyond, you got the tarantula, you got the acid scene. The tit scene in House by the Cemetery. But he's got some, and then you got the vomiting scene, and then you got this scene where Bob meets his demise. Because the daughter comes in, Anne, right? She's looking for her weed. She finds her oregano because it looks like a bag of fucking like oregano. And then she sees Bob, who's sleeping in her dad's car because he was freaked out. He was scared, so he goes to sleep there. And then the dad sees Bob, thinks he's a murderer, thinks he's a pedophile, thinks he's the reason for all of the problems that are happening.
Yep.
And then he does what he does. What do you think about that drill scene?
Very effective. Again,
Yes.
I am curious, and I know since they've done, I know Arrow's put it out, but they do have special edition releases of this movie. And I do want to see more in how they do that, especially the final shot. I can't imagine they made a dummy head that good. Like, it was still his head, and you saw both ends of the drill moving. Like that was, I'm kind of curious as to which trickery they did in order to pull that off, because obviously I don't think anyone's fully nailed with any kind of like drill or puncture scene, like that initial entry. Like I don't think anyone's fully nailed it. I mean, there's some really good ones, but like the rest of it, even like when they show his other temple and you just see it like poking a little bit. And like, all right, here it comes.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming through. It's coming.
But I feel like that's like, it's up there with Francis getting killed in Stream.
Yeah.
You know, Francis.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, only instead out the other side, it goes out his eyeball.
Yeah, we said it was kind of a little homage or homage or however you say that word, right? That was definitely
tribute.
Homage. But yeah, the drill scene is great, man. The drill scene, especially as the drill is, again, I think it takes too much time to get him over there.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, this guy, you're leaning him over, you just push him across. I don't think he's fighting you too hard to not, to resist. But once the drill starts going in, you know, and you see it, it's like, to your point, the skin, everything looks fucking real. And the blood starts to pool up, right? You see it like, it's that indentation into the side, and it's like, it looks fucking great. And then coming out the other end, spinning, classic kill scene.
And then, like I said, that final shot of it, I mean, it's just a glimpse, but that looked like his actual head.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he was still moving a little bit.
Yeah.
So, again, for especially for that time, it was a very effective.
Yeah, it was 79, 80, right? When they were making this movie.
Yeah.
The drill scene was that was part of our kill, right? Best kills. Didn't that make
I know it was I don't know if it made the 64, but it was definitely brought up.
It should have made the 64. The fucking liquid nitrogen shit made the 64. Fuck. And Art the Clown did it better, by the way.
But I still have this hang up of in Terrifier. He blasts his face and yet the eye's still moving. It was a cool little effect, but no, sorry, the eyeball would have been the first thing to have been frozen.
That's true. That's true. So now after Bob, you know, you got the 4 team up and they're ready to go, right? And I think they get a phone call. Emily's now killed her parents, right? Which is like a massacre. I wish they would have shown that, because the dude was saying like they were just chewed up and ripped apart. And I was like, I would have liked to have seen a scene like that, you know, just the aftermath.
Which Windows scene did you like better, this or Salem's Lot?
Oh, Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot is the best. Yeah, when it comes to fucking window scene, Salem's Lot takes the cake. But there was, you know...
But that was cool, too. John goes running. Emily's in my window, and she's trying to kill me. And they're like, oh, that's cute. Go back to bed.
Yeah, it's all right. You're just seeing things. You had a long day, John boy.
Yeah, well, fuck you, Dad. I'm not ready to be a man yet.
Right? And Emily's fucking with her brother, man. She shows up a lot. She's like, yeah, I'm going to fuck with my brother a little bit. He's going to appear.
And that's the other thing, too. I mean, obviously, I think Savini's deserving of a lot of his credit as far as zombies go. But it's like, there's something I always liked about Fulci's effects. Like, it always had more of just a straight-up rotting flesh look to it.
Yeah. It's got that caked, grayish oatmeal...
Look. Like, it looks cheesy, but there is something realistic about it.
Yeah. And I made a note of that.
Out of a grave, they're going to be cruddy and random shit.
Yeah, I like Fulci zombies. Fulci's got some really good-looking zombies.
Again, that's why I pushed for, the zombie poster.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't look like your typical zombie, but it did look like a rotting corpse.
Yeah.
It just happened to be moving in the movie.
Yeah, one of the better looking zombies, man. That zombie was fucking scary. I used to have nightmares of that zombie poster. That fucking dudes.
Yep.
But so the shot where Emily kills her parents, right? They go there and they get John Boy now, right? They got to get him out of the house because he's alone. And Emily keeps fucking with him. So she kills her parents. Cool scene, right? I think the initial blood in milk scene, right? So the blood's dripping from the ceiling and you got the cup of milk on the table, it's dripping in the milk. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, Terrifier!
Grab the cookies!
The first cookies and milk blood scene right here.
which I almost forgot about. Again, like in the beginning of the movie when she's talking about like, oh, I'm gonna go see Bob and all this, and like, oh, why does everybody like not like him and all? I loved how elegantly they called his mom a whore. She was just like, yeah, she has no husband, no morals, and blah, blah, blah. And like just very almost polite.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, your mother's a whore.
Yeah. It's the professional way to say your mother was a slutty whore, but I'm going to say it professionally.
It was like a 30-second like monologue describing, just saying, yeah, his mom's easy.
Yeah. So Emily eventually kills Sandra, right? She squishes her head. I always wondered, like, is this going to, like, if this portal of hell opens up, right? Is it going to fuck with the entire world? Because if it doesn't, this is like population 8 in this fucking town. Just let them have this fucking town. Go ahead. You got Dunwich.
I just went into this thinking like this would be the epicenter.
This would be the epicenter, right? So it would continue.
I feel like this is where the gate is. And as soon as it's unleashed, it's just going to spread.
Yeah.
And then fast forward 28 years later and the whole world's consumed.
Okay, well then they had to kind of go into the tomb and do what they eventually do. But at first I was thinking,
if there's a chance it would have just been that town, yeah, fucking skip town and.
Amen. Yeah, all 7 people population. Sorry.
Paging Mr. Darwin.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
I just assume that's what made it. Even though I don't feel like they cut the movie in a way that gave that sense of urgency, other than saying like, oh, it's almost All Souls Day or All Saints Day.
All Saints Day, yeah.
I keep having Sawe in my head, so but yeah, like I said, I feel like other than them every now and then saying like, we're almost out of time, we better find this town. Again, the way the movie was edited, it didn't feel urgent. Like they almost had to remind you, like, we're on a time limit here. But yeah, I don't think they would have been so eager to stop this if it was going to be contained to one town.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I thank them for saving the world. But and all the while you had the cool fucking sound. You got the the cool soundtrack going, right? Dun dun. Through all different variations of it, right? But
it was equally cheesy and wonderful.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Like,
it was cheesy, but I loved it.
Cheesy in the sense of yes, that was that time. And maybe Goblin wasn't available at the time, but he may do.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's All Saints Day now. The shit is really hitting the fan, and our heroes now need to, I guess, go into they need to find Father Thomas's grave.
Yes.
They need to, and he's buried with his whole fucking family or whatever, so there's a lot of them down there. And then I guess they need to kill him again, put a stake through his heart, whatever the fuck they need to do to him.
They have to destroy the body.
They have to destroy the body. So now they go down into the tomb, which first, when they crack open the tomb, right? So they're down there, and he's got this crowbar, and he's scraping the side of the, front of the tomb, right? And, and he tries to, like, pry it open, and he breaks a little portion, and what jumps out? The same fucking rat that Joe T sees all the time in Voorhees. It shoots out of that fucking hole to torment us once again.
Oh, which sorry, not to backtrack a little bit, because I definitely wanted to discuss the rats, because I feel like it's the only way we're going to get Joe to love this episode.
Yeah, gotta talk about rats.
But again, going to the urgency thing, how other than some mentions, it didn't feel that way, even to the point where, all right, food break.
Yeah.
And I love when they're hanging out by the car, and she's just like, I'm hungry, and he's just like, great, I got a lollipop in the glove box.
Yeah, and the dude started to like her too, right? There was definitely a connection.
Dude,
man, don't offer a fucking lollipop. Go get the girl some fucking food. You're trying to make an impression on her. Yeah, there's a fucking lollipop in the fucking glove compartment. Have at it.
Like, so just like, you're hungry? Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Go suck on that lollipop.
You got 2 to choose from. One's in the glove box, one's 6 inches from you. And then, and speaking of food, though, don't forget the... we're talking about the explosion of the window, but what about the explosion of maggots?
Yeah, the maggots, right? That was cool. So I read that in production, they actually, I guess they fucking played a joke on Lucio Fulci. They put maggots in his fucking pipe.
Yep.
And he was pissed, man. He was fucking angry. And he always thought that his health issues that he had, you know, because he contracted a lot of different, I guess, diseases and health issues. He always kind of went back to, like, those motherfuckers did this to me because I smoked maggots. You did this.
And I think I read that.
You shit on my pipe.
For that, what, minute or so long scene, they imported 22 pounds of maggots.
Yeah, they were everywhere, man. They were in the hair. They were everywhere. It was beautiful.
And I think it was, of course, I forget the name, but yeah, the guy who played Peter. I think he was the one that put him in the tobacco there.
Oh, we did? Yeah.
And then also I read in a separate thing that apparently they hated each other. So now I'm wondering, did that trigger the feud between them? Or were they already at it, and it was like, oh, well, fuck you, I'll put maggots in your pipe.
Yeah, they may have already had it, right? Just said, I fucking hate my director. I'll get back at you. Smoke some maggots, motherfucker.
That's fucking metal, man.
Yeah. So now they're down in the tombs, right? And they're doing their thing. Sandra comes back, right? And you initially think that Gary, because they had kind of the connection, was going to go up there because she looked kind of normal. She wasn't all fucked up like the rest of the demon/zombies. But then she squishes the head of the reporter, Peter.
Yeah.
So it was like a little trick. She was going to kill him. I'll kill him.
Again, like with the urgency, because didn't they say it had to be, like they had to close it before All Saints Day?
Yeah.
Yet, like the whole third act takes place on All Saints Day.
On All Saints Day, yeah.
So unless it had to be before the day was over, but it sounded like they had to get it done before midnight.
Yeah,
and
it was an epic fucking fail on their part, Dave.
Yeah, so I guess that's, you know, not to jump temporarily, but I guess that's why there's 2 more movies in this universe.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the ending. So maybe I never connected those dots, and we'll get to the ending. But
first we got to do some tomb raiding.
Yeah. So now they're in the tombs, right? And again, just it was weird because all the dead people, they're like on the walls or on the ceilings, they're like everywhere, just in fucking encased in cobwebs. And now you cue the music,
bold because they know, like, the dead are rising.
Yeah, and
they're in a tomb filled with pretty
them.
Ballsy.
Yeah, filled with them, and they're not in tombs. They're out and about in all their fucking glory. And then you cue the music, and then they start to rise, right? And now you gotta. I'm
trying to. As soon as that music fired up, and I forgot to write it down. Like a specific song came to mind when it started, and I forget what it was.
Yeah, it was all variations of the music too.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to it. So again, when you get a random text about a song, think of this moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be later on. I'll be watching football. Like, what is this?
I was made for loving you.
What? So now Father Thomas appears in the tomb, right? And again, he starts to lovingly gaze into Mary's eyes, and now her eyes start to bleed. When I first saw this, I'm like, no, look away. You'll be vomiting soon. Look away. Because I think that's the initial, I'm going to look at you. Your eyes are going to bleed. You're going to vomit everything out. That's how I kill you.
I mean, as far as like social media goes, there's all these jokes about, I'm going to rearrange your guts. Well, see, back then they did that shit for real.
Exactly.
And then you have to lay a hand on them.
Yeah. So while he's looking at Mary, and you know that interaction is happening, you know, I guess who's Gary? Yeah, Gary's alive. Peter's dead. Yeah. Gary fucking impales him, which is another cool scene. Brought me back to the Beyond with the girl, the shotgun in the head. You could see right through it, like daylight through a little girl's head. It's one of the iconic kills in the Beyond.
And I meant to go back and rewatch it, but I know I was cutting it close on time. So was that like in his gut, or did he stab him in the balls?
No, it was in his gut. It was in his
like
gut.
Right in that pelvic region. Like, which side did they kill him?
Might have nipped a ball or two. But it was in the gut.
Just a tip?
Just a tip. So now Father Thomas fucking engulfs in flames, and that just kind of triggers all the rest of them to fucking fire up, right? And now we get to the ending, which has haunted me. Not for scary reasons, just haunted me like, what the fuck?
Apparently haunted Fulci as well.
Yeah, because it's like...
Even though he damn well could have explained something, but...
Yeah, and we didn't tell our listeners we're spoiling this. This movie came out like 90 years ago. Hopefully you watched it. If you didn't, you know how we roll here. So we spoil the shit out of it.
It's an Italian movie, so in Italian years, this is like turn of the century shit.
Exactly. So now you have them crawling out of the tomb, right? You know, they did what they needed to do. Father Thomas is dead. Everything is back to normal. All the other fucking demons / zombies all fired up. They're climbing out of the tomb. The two cops are over there with John Boy. John Boy sees them, right? The little kid. He's all excited. And he's like, Marion! He fucking starts running over.
And then,
yeah, you hear these screams in the back. Mary screams again because she's the underrated scream queen who never got any props for that. She screams again. It freezes, you know, almost like the end of the Friday the 13th machete kill.
And the greatest, like, crackling of the screen effect ever.
Yeah. So what happened? What did John Boy see? What did they see? Is it still happening? Is it not? You know, is it because, to your point, and I never thought about that, you guys fucked up. You had till before All Saints Day. You were doing this shit on All Saints Day. Too fucking late for you.
You didn't seal the gates.
You didn't seal the gate, yeah.
But you forgot to latch it all the way.
Exactly. You forgot to put that little corner of the block back in so the rack doesn't get back out.
You didn't put the chain on. So I didn't know, because again, I when I was a kid and new into horror, it was just like, I just want to watch everything. And, you know, some shit I memorized, some shit I didn't. Of course, you had the handful that I just watched over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, just ruined alleged tapes of certain movies. Oh, let me finish throwing up. There we go.
So for our listeners, I was staring into Dave's eyes right now. And that's why he was starting to gurgle. It was starting to happen. But I stopped looking at him and he's okay now.
I ain't doing that shit.
For the show? Do it for the show!
You still haven't seen Tusk, right?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Way
back when.
My favorite line from the movie was they were doing a flashback of his girlfriend, and she's just like, you know, I wish you didn't have to go all the way up to Canada like that. And I think it's even in the trailer too, the line. But he was like, oh, come on. He's like, it's for the show. It's for the podcast. And something about Justin Long saying it with that enthusiasm. Like every time I think of something like this, like, yeah, we're going to go make those guys eat some shit. It's like, yeah, it's for the show. It's for the show.
Yeah, come on. For the success of our show. It's only veal intestine. It's not bad. You don't have to chew it. Just put it in the mouth and let it fall out.
And just let the meat slide down your throat.
Yeah.
Just pretend it's Popeyes.
So, and that's the movie.
So it wasn't until, you know, again, how long ago did we mention, like, oh, we got new Gates of Hell.
It's been a minute.
That I started nickel and diming some research because, like I said, back then, I mean, not only was the internet not a thing, but you know, I watched it, took it at face value, and wasn't interested enough with movies in general to do like behind-the-scenes research. I had no idea that the ending of the movie was accidentally destroyed.
Really?
Now, there's no definitive answer. Like one of the theories out there is that somebody spilled coffee on the film, but the end scene is, I mean, it's out in the ether with A New Blood.
Like, oh, wow.
Like, so that ending was not supposed to be the ending, but I guess that was the latest footage they had.
And so, you don't know what that other ending was, or?
I didn't hear what it was, and from what I heard, Fulci and somebody else tightly connected to it have never, or again, what little research I managed to pull off, they never explicitly said what it was, other than her screams were justified.
Oh, see, man.
But they left it with the cliffhanger because them showing whatever the hell was going on doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it's a 44-year-old cliffhanger that I need to fucking figure out.
Well, I guess we're going to have to discuss the Beyond, and maybe there'll be some answers in that.
Oh, we're going to continue with the Gates of Hell trilogy. Hey, right now, though, I need to take a break because I need to go use the restroom. 7 cups of coffee in. Feels like 7. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, alrighty. I'll pull up some tunes.
Those coffee peas in the morning, man. Fuck. It's like Tom Hanks in fucking A League of Their Own. That shit goes on for like 3 minutes. All right, so...
actually, of course, now I'm just jinxing it, but I'm surprised I haven't had to go like 4 times yet.
Yeah? How many cups of coffee do you have?
I am about 2 sips away from my first pot.
Pot?
Okay.
Oh.
Like I said, I know it sounds like
cups.
hyperbole because normal people don't do that, but yeah, I usually have about a half a pot getting ready for work, and then the other half fills up my my travel mug, and I sip that till about lunchtime, and then it's just monsters the rest of the day. So,
Nice.
Which all that caffeine, that's why I piss every 18 seconds.
How many times did you guys stop on the ride up Friday?
Surprisingly, the only real stop was when we picked Joe up.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when we got on the road, I asked Danny, I said, you know what? I said, we should hit that Wawa right before the turnpike, just a preemptive strike. Because I made sure I saw him pull up, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go piss. And then I hopped in the car, and then I told him, yeah, after we get Joe, let's hit that Wawa right before the turnpike, just to, be safe. And then as soon as Joe gets in the car, he's like, hey, any chance we can hit this Wawa just in case? Again, a preemptive strike. And that's when Dan realized that there were people walking in the office. So he was just like, why don't we just go here? Like,
yeah.
Bathroom's a bathroom. But surprisingly, yeah, I made any other stops on the way. No. Sorry. Wow. That was like a half-hour episode too. We got off the turnpike and we're driving along and we passed a Dunkin' Donuts. Well, time he's just like, you want to go? And I'm like, I don't have to, but yeah, let's just nip this ahead of the game.
You might as well.
I go in there, I walk up, door's locked. So I was like, all right, I'll hang tight. I'm there like 10 fucking minutes. And I'm like, maybe I didn't turn the knob hard enough. And nope, it was definitely locked. And I'm waiting. Meanwhile, like 3 different women came and went to the ladies' room. So I go out to the car. I figure, well, if I'm going to be waiting, I'm at least going to grab my phone. I went out and Dan's like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. I said, somebody fucking died in there. I don't know what's going on. But I said, there's nobody in line, but I've been waiting all this time to get in there. So I walked back in. I waited like another 5 minutes. I'm like banging on the door and I didn't hear nothing. So I went over to the counter and I was like, either somebody died in there or some asshole locked the door behind them. But I said, I'm about ready to piss on the floor right now. Because now at this point, I had to go. She goes, the lady goes and grabs like a ring of keys and she's like, oh, here you go. She's like, it's either this one or this one. I'm like, wow, I could just walk out with this and sneak in Dunkin' in the middle of the night.
So they were always locked? No one was in there? You just had to get a key to unlock it?
No, I think it was just whoever used it last probably locked it behind them. I don't know what happened, but she seemed dumbfounded because she's like, nobody's in there? I'm like, I banged on the door, so if someone's in there, they're not alive. Nobody responded.
Yeah, they're not alive in another urinal that has piss puddles underneath it because he probably croaked. And just like my airport restrooms, my tangent that I went on during the event.
So, so we made that stop and then that was it. And then on the ride back, but see, other than what I drank, I didn't really, especially when we were getting close to leaving, I didn't really drink much. So I managed to make it the whole ride back.
Nice.
Without pissing,
Nice.
So. Now, as soon as we pulled up to my door, I got out of the car and was just like, every ounce of fluid in my body immediately crashed my bladder. And so I was just like, all right, Dan, that was great. Thanks for the ride. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, yeah. Those last fleeting seconds before you really have to piss, right? When you have to really go are like the worst until you can get to that toilet.
And when you have to go and you're on the road, as bad as that gets, when you finally reach a point you can stand up, gravity's a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
It like doubles the pressure.
Exactly. It's the worst. Sometimes when I'm driving like long distance and I don't have I haven't found like a place to stop yet, start looking around and like, how many cups do I have in here? Let's see if I line them all up.
There's
it could capture my stream.
There's been a few times in a pinch. I'm glad the monsters I normally drink are like the 20-ounce cans with the twist cap, because they've come in handy. I'd be on the road, and there's been times, and I got it down to a level of discretion that I've driven by cops like with my dick out, like Hey, officer, don't mind me. It's either this or piss my pants.
So, dear listeners, we're sorry. We go on our tangents, right? We're talking about the gates of hell. We just spent the last 10 minutes talking about.
And then we just put all of you through hell.
Two-eyed Kevin is like, you see?
Let us know in the comment section where the best place you pissed was.
Yeah. This is what I mean. Two-eyed Kevin sitting there listening. This is what I mean. I was getting into the gates of hell, and then all of a sudden they start talking about pissing.
These guys are like fucking children. Not like in a Bob way fucking children, but these guys are fucking like children.
So again, back to the movie, Gates of Hell, classic Fulci, the first of the Gates of Hell trilogy. For all of you out there, if you haven't seen this one, I'm pretty sure if you're a horror fan, you've seen it, if you're a big-time horror fan. But if you haven't, go take a look. Don't judge it. Enjoy it for what it is, and then watch the rest of the Gates of Hell, because the Beyond is equally as great. House by the Cemetery, I think for me, it's the weakest of the three. I would have to go.
I remember that one the least.
Yeah.
Point where I'm still not 100% that I watched it. So when we get to that
Fraudstein or whatever the hell it was.
When we get to the point of doing that, I'll let you know whether or not this is my first watch or a very long time rewatch.
Like the Beyond and Gates of Hell, I saw a lot. Like I just devoured it. I've watched these movies constantly. House by the Cemetery wasn't like that for me. I think I've seen it like once or twice, but I grew up watching Gates of Hell a ton.
Yeah, good old
Let's
days.
rank it, baby.
So,
how you grade this bad boy?
Real quick though, with the now that I got that little bug in my brain about it, or a maggot in my brain,
that came through the window in a gust of wind.
Yes, but it was either that or glass. So I'm glad it was maggots.
Yeah, listen, maggots better than glass. Do less damage.
I do want to do more research. That's probably what I'm going to spend the next hour doing, like looking into, find out if they ever did disclose like what the ending was supposed to be. If there is, because like I said, I heard there's like at least 3 or 4 theories as to what happened to that footage. It sounds like the only common thread is that it was destroyed in some way, and it didn't sound intentional, and Fulci had to make do with what footage was left. But I do want to find out like what the deal was with all that. And
let me know if you find. I never really bothered. I don't know why. I never really Googled it and bothered to kind of take a look, but I should do that because it's haunted me for 44 years. What the fuck is going on with that ending?
And of course, like of the time, that wasn't an uncommon way to end a movie. So it didn't stand out as, well, this is all we had left in the footage. And do you, before we rate, do you have anything else to mention about the rats, or we good with rats for now?
I think we're good with the rats. We're good with the rats. As soon as I saw that scene where he pried open and he pulled just the corner of the tombstone and that rat just came flying out, I thought of Joe T.
And
I thought that's how it would be for him in the Voorhees Theater.
And we're they get down there, and then you're just waiting for Art to come around the corner with his modified fire extinguisher.
Exactly.
Yep. But
it's like they were all singing the Clown Cafe song, all the zombies down there, and they just all got engulfed in flames. But so how do you rank this bad boy?
Probably I've been thinking about this all morning too. I couldn't decide between 2, so I'm going to go with 5.75. I wasn't sure if I wanted a 5 or a 6. Like, I like it. It is something I can rewatch. It wasn't the most mind-blowing of things. It is a movie, even though I'm pretty fanatical about, especially something that old, like, don't fuck with it. I would be curious to see what a modern remake of this would look like, though.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not looking for it, but I'm just very curious.
If it hasn't happened by now, I don't know if it will ever happen, but I could see this one being remade. I can definitely, and I'd be curious to kind of check that one out, but all right.
I think the only thing that really brought it down for me was, again, it's not like the most compelling, deep story. It's this priest hung himself, opened the gates of hell, they got to get to his body and close it.
It's pretty simple.
I feel like there was too much focus on a thin plot. Like, they were really trying to bring home like all this like character development, and again they kept mentioning how don't want to blank on the word, but like how eager, like they kept saying like, oh, we have no time to waste, we need to get there now and stop all this. All right, let's take a food break. Let's attend like 12 funerals. But wait, we're running out. So I think just that, almost as if they would have trimmed out a little bit of it, 10, 15 minutes of hanging out in this dire time. I think that's what brought it down to me. It was not even in a slow burn kind of way, but I feel like the characters wasted too much time.
Yeah. Your lack of sense of urgency fucked my rating up for this movie.
Yes.
Damn you all to hell.
But yeah, the effects, like I said, I do love the slightly over-the-top sound design. In some cases, almost unnecessary sound design. Like, what was the one shot? I forget if it was like the woods or if they went back to the cemetery, but then you hear like all jungle sounds in the background.
Oh, yeah. I think that was...
You thought you were at Rainforest Cafe for a minute there.
Monkeys start fucking dropping from the tree. That was to signify, like, I think that it was... Like now they're seriously fucked. Like that was almost the alarm.
Yeah.
To say, yeah, you're fucked now. Shit's rustling.
Yeah. But, so there was so much I liked about it. I just feel like there was too much, downtime for such urgency.
Sure. Okay. For me, like I said, there's certain movies, and everybody that listens knows that I'm an 80s fucking buff, right? I love everything horror in the 80s. And there's certain movies for me that because they're so nostalgic and because I go back to remembering growing up watching them, they hold a place in my heart. So they're always going to get a little bit of a higher rating. I realized the plot was, it's a Fulci movie, right? There's not much going on.
Yeah.
It's not too deep.
You want gore, you definitely watch Fulci. If you want a compelling story, no, he throws something together just enough to give a reason for the shots in between the gore.
Yeah, I give props.
I'm not saying that as a negative. It's just it's what it is, though.
Yeah, it's I give props. Give major props. I love the sound design. I love the soundtrack. Like I said, it just it has that Italian zombie type flair. I love the fact that these aren't really zombies when you think about it. There's some supernatural twist. There's some demonic nature to it. So that draws me in. The kills, some of the kills are iconic for me, right? Mm-hmm. Of the cover of the Fangoria magazine, of the fucking drill going through the guy's head, man. I remember it like it was yesterday as a kid reading that, right? And again, back then you didn't have internet, you didn't have all that shit. Fangoria was your means to know, what was coming out and to have pictures of what you were going to see in these movies that were going to be released. Mm-hmm. So, I for all of that, and for the fact that I think I like this one the best out of the trilogy that he did, the Gates of Hell trilogy, I am going to go with, and it had the iconic kill of the vomiting. I mean, that kill stood up for me as I was growing up, as one of the best kills that I always loved to watch. I would rewind it on a VHS tape and just watch it over and over.
Actual entrails in Bob. I could see with the Day of the Dead. Or I think all the earlier Romero movies, they brought in actual intestines and all. But now for that shit that come out of your mouth. Yeah,
super props to that actress. I mean, bravo, golf clap for you for putting fucking. Hey, Lucio. Yeah, you know what? Just shove them in my mouth. I got you. But for me, Dave, I am going to go with I'm going to go 7.5.
Okay.
I'm going to go 7.5.
I can't fault that.
It's not the greatest, but it holds a dear place in my heart for everything that it stood for. From the iconic picture that you're showing right now, the Gates of Hell cover, right? The VHS cover, seeing it at the mom and pop video store, thinking that I believe it was in Betamax, or I actually could fucking rent it. During that window when I had a Betamax and I was kind of tied to 4 movies at each video store. But I just I love Fulci. One day I hope we can do a show on and just dissect all of his movies, because Fulci had some classics, man. And this for me is right at the top when it comes to the Fulci movies. So 7.5, love the Gates of Hell. May even want to get that tattooed somewhere on me, because that would make a great fucking tattoo right there.
That's a chess piece right there.
Oh, I don't know if I'll ever go to
chess. Just the
chess.
skyline a little bit.
Nice, yeah.
And if you want to modernize it, now you can put drones flying around the head.
Yeah, what the fuck? I just started reading up on these drones, man, in Jersey. Like, are they really? And it's funny too, because I had no clue. Like, Barbara was talking about these drones, and I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? She's like, are you serious? She's like, do you not know about the drones that are over Jersey? I'm like, no.
There's shit going on. There's so many theories out there.
Why do we think they're drones? Why? I mean, when I looked at one of the...
it's between drones and UFOs.
Yeah, exactly. When I looked at, I think one of the senators for Jersey, I was watching on his Twitter. He had a, and I'm not on Twitter, but I was just kind of Googled it and it was there. And he was videotaping them. Mm-hmm. He was recording them, and in the sky. Now I'm looking at these things. It reminded me of the fucking Phoenix Lights. I'm like, why are we all thinking these are drones? We're being invaded, Dave. I'm telling you, it's.
I'm fine with that,
right? UFOs exist. For the people that are still skeptical and think that they can, with all the fucking evidence and fucking testimonies that are out there, if you still don't think that the UFOs are actually real, I can't help you. I think these are fucking UFOs. I don't think these are drones.
Well, have you seen the videos now? And that's the other thing too. Like, this blew up so fucking hard that it's like now you don't know who's actually taking video, who's now fucking with, you know, their Photoshop or whatever, like who's doctoring videos. Obviously there's some that are blatant, like, all right, we're gonna have fun with this, but there was one. Apparently there's been multiple reports of it too, but again, I don't know what's real, what's fake anymore, of people driving down the road and kind of driving down a stretch where they're like right above, and their radio goes out of whack, and they just hear like sounds.
Yeah.
Coming through it.
There you go. I mean, that's a telltale sign as well of
alien invasion.
Yeah, I mean, the way, like, the video I saw, and again, I'm just getting introduced because I had no fucking clue this is even happening, which is crazy. But now I'm like really like looking into it, and the video that I watched this morning, I'm watching it, and everybody's like, hey, drones. And I'm looking at it at the night sky. I'm like, why can't those be fucking UFOs? From what I saw so far, I don't know why everybody's just thinking they're fucking drones.
And the only thing I've heard consistent was that they're saying these are the size of like SUVs.
They have drones that fucking big? I mean, a drone to me is a little fucking drone. Evil Dead drone, right? Hits you in the face, and then you have the greatest fucking title reveal ever.
Now
that's the drone to me.
Yes, and over the years you hear about like the governments doing like drone strikes. Apparently there are, again, this is something I've just in the last year or so heard about, that they're technically drones, I guess, because they're remote controlled, but they're like small jets.
Yeah, they're manned, right? People are in these fucking things flying them?
No, like they're remote. Like
remote.
Like a regular drone, but they're basically like small bomber jets.
That's wild,
so instead of
dude.
sending people out there to bomb like other like bomb countries and shit like that, they'll just pull out their little remote or unless you're one of these, and yeah, just fly them out there through a computer, drop a bomb, and come back. If they take the jet out, there ain't nobody in it. It's just a couple more billion wasted.
Yeah.
But now this is a topic where, yes, allegedly is now in its purest form, not in the excellent day use of the term. But I have heard that apparently the Pentagon or someone with the government has gone out there to track these fuckers down. Apparently they're not coming up on any radars. Anytime one of our military get close to one of them, they just fucking disappear.
That's what you're hearing?
That's one story I've been hearing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, these are not fucking drones.
And again, I want them to be UFOs.
They are.
But
I'm gonna look at the sky tonight. I'm gonna just hang out outside and stare at the sky.
They say it's closer to your neck of the woods. Apparently, like even New York. I mean, I've heard there's been like sightings and shit like all over now. But
they're in Maryland. Yeah. I was seeing that. So, listen.
Just a few weeks ago. Who the fuck was I telling this to? But just recently I was mentioning, like, a few weeks ago, before this became, like, a huge thing, which now that's been about 2 weeks, it was, like, a week beforehand, I remember seeing people on Facebook posting, like, the fuck are those lights and it was out like out by Dan's place.
Yeah.
But like people in my neighborhood, like group page, they were saying, anybody notice like these weird lights in the sky, and there's like a specific formation about them, and it sounded like people again out towards Danny even got a better view of it, so more like southern Jersey. And it was after like 2 or 3 nights of that, it was like, all right, that's kind of fucking weird. And I still haven't noticed anything, because the kid taught me what planets are what galaxies are out. So I look up in the sky and I'm like, all right, there's the moon. That's a planet. That's a thing over there. But
he would have been all over this one, right? He would have been all over this one.
I mean, aside of all the obvious reasons of why he should still be here, this is because again, I've said I don't know how many times, missing him is one thing. The fact of what he's fucking missing out on is going to be the death of me. Like, it's not fair that he's gotten fucked out of so much. And this is a time where we would both be just jerking off.
Oh yeah, he would have loved this. He would have been so excited to kind of deep dive into this, right? And
who knows?
Do his due diligence.
He might have a legit explanation as to what, because he's got his telescope.
Yeah.
Like his mom got him a telescope, a pretty good one. I bought him a camera with a telescope attachment and different lenses to further, like, he would have probably solved this fucking case like in the beginning.
Yeah.
But like I said, there were a few mentions of it down here, and then like a week passed where not much was being said, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, there's shit going on in North Jersey. And now it's in New York. And now, apparently it's migrating down south.
Yeah.
I think Washington State or Oregon, like there's been mentions of things out there.
I don't think this is a coordinated, I don't think these are kids coordinating things to have these drones up there and trying to find. Listen, sometimes, what is that? What is, what's that? Occam's razor or whatever the fuck that,
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor, yeah. I mean, sometimes it is what it is. Yeah. Sometimes it's not anything but what it's a fucking UFO. Let's just kind of simplify it. Don't try to break it down. What could it be with it? Sometimes it's just an easy answer.
Now,
UFO.
Now again, like an actual allegedly, because again, there's a ton of stories out there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Ever since I was a young kid, possibly longer than I've been a fan of horror, I knew not to trust what the government tells you. Apparently, they're claiming too that these are drones from Iran, and that somewhere not too relatively far off our coast is the mothership that's controlling, like an actual ship out in the ocean, controlling all these drones. But yeah, like I said, there's if any of these stories are true, it does seem to be leaning towards UFOs, and I want that to be it. And just like in Independence Day, like, okay, they fast tracked it a little bit, but yeah, they're aligning, like they're getting their position, they're getting in place, because who knows how many billions of years they've been plotting this shit.
Yeah.
So this is the end game here. They're getting, they found their strategic placement. I don't know why Jersey's part of that, because there ain't nothing.
Look, maybe they're just looking at what's going on in this country and the whole fucking divide and how ugly we are. Maybe they're saying, you know what, you people are fucking dumb as rocks, so we're just gonna fucking end that shit for you because you guys can't figure your shit out.
Did you
the choices you make? We're just gonna fucking come down now. It's time.
I'm like almost positive it was South Park that did the episode where they actually went up. And like the aliens actually pulled the kids up, and here it turns out all this time Earth has been a reality show for the aliens.
Well,
so basically we're just a global Truman show. Ever since that, I'm like, I kind of like that idea. Maybe they're getting ready to cancel the show because especially in the last 20 years, shit has gone completely off the rails.
Yeah, well,
so
it's going to continue going off the rails.
Like I said, like I could see New York, I could see DC, maybe because we're right in the middle. But I find it funny that if this is any kind of attack on its way in any form, like Jersey seems like a weird place to start lining shit up. Unless we're the distraction. Like, they got fucking Camden and Newark. Like, so let's get everyone concerned about that while we line up in all the real hot spots and
Well, Jersey is the home of fucking who we just elected. Maybe they didn't agree with that. Said, yeah, we're gonna start right here. You fucking people. You know, before you guys kill your country yourselves, we're gonna intervene, and we're gonna say enough's enough. You fucking, that's it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going on. There are some theories that I would like to be true, but we'll find out what happens.
Whatever it is, though, I say it's fucking UFOs. I don't say it's drones. I think it's finally them coming out and saying, all right, you know, we're just gonna fucking reveal ourselves. We're just gonna, let's go. Phoenix Lights was in the 90s. Shit's still going on out there. We're just gonna show ourselves to the rest of the fucking country here, and we'll start in Jersey.
Maybe, or who knows? Maybe, yeah. Again, going with the UFO idea, they were like, we could just show up now, and it won't even be close to the weirdest thing that's happening right now.
Exactly, right? Like, all you people down there, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So we're gonna sneak up now. It's our time. Bring them down. Let's go. Yeah. I want to see a fucking UFO. I want to see an alien walk out of the fucking UFO right in front of me. Let's go. Show me that.
I remember like 14, 15 years old watching They Live for the first time, and it's like, yeah, this seems legit. I said, if I found out this was a documentary, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And again, I was a child. I didn't follow politics, but, you know, it's like, yeah, that feels like something that could actually be happening. And, and who knows, maybe that is. They've been sending the thing out there and keeping updates on how fucked up we're getting, and then, yep.
Listen, if they come down and they fucking, you know, take over, I just you know, subscribe and listen.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section.
Yeah, you know, all you alien motherfuckers that are in those drones, when you come down and you take over you know, just, hey, we're 4 horror nerds, man. Just subscribe and listen.
And it's just, the world's a horrible place right now, and things are about to get really fucking interesting. So, yeah, don't forget to share with us your theories on what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah, so, all right, my friend. Well, I think we'll, 2 hours in, this was a good chat. Gates of Hell. Iconic, classic. Love that we finally did it.
Yeah, I was slightly nervous because I realized I didn't have quite as many notes as I was hoping to have, plus a little more so when we got back on Friday, I came home and I kind of made a joke about it earlier, but instead of taking my serving of NyQuil, I took like a hearty swig of NyQuil.
You were out.
I don't have time to be sick, so I'm always like this is the time of year, like 6 months out of the year, I'm drinking DayQuil all day long, and then I'll take a shot of NyQuil before bed, just again to kind of hopefully nip any of that shit so I don't get sick. I got my zinc that I take, my fucking elderberry fucking supplements.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way.
Any of this is doing anything, and I guess maybe it was too hefty of a dose because all day yesterday, I mean, I was in my head and a little fucked up there, but I felt hungover all day yesterday. Like when I woke up probably like 8:30, it was almost 11 before I even got out of bed. And I wasn't sick, but I had that hangover haze.
Oh yeah, NyQuil does that shit for you, man.
And it's like, I probably got a solid 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I woke up before that shit wore off, but yeah, I was just, speaking of zombies, I was a fucking zombie yesterday. So
you were in your room, and then you just appeared outside. You appeared back in your room. Oh, shit. All right, Dave.
Well, this has been great.
Glad we did this.
Start brainstorming an intro. Okay.
Will do.
You got to blow the dust off a little bit Friday night or Friday morning. Getting back into the
that's true. It's been a while, man. It's been a while since I wrote an intro, but I got a week to do it. The juices will flow. I will write a nice intro for our little Gates of Hell.
Yeah, and I mean, between the interviews and, you know, again, like you dealing with some shit, so, you know, but we weren't going to be like, all right, we know you haven't been around, but could you write a fucking intro? But, you know,
I appreciate it, guys.
We did our half-assed attempt to mimic
You did well.
The genius that comes out of your head. But again, that we take turns with the interview intros. I mean, that definitely took some of the sting out of it.
Sure. And we got to keep going, though. We got to do the Beyond next, man. We got to absolutely. We got to keep with this Gates of Hell trilogy.
I remember when I first brought this up, I was like, "Oh, let's do the trilogy," and you were like, "All right, yeah, let's do City of Living Dead. Let's do City." And I was like, I didn't want to push it, but I'm thinking, but we are going to do the other two eventually, right?
Oh yeah, The Beyond is iconic, man.
I was going to say,
The
because it's been a while, but from what I remember, I think The Beyond was always my favorite of the three. But
and it had the title of Seven Doors of Death, right? In the States, it had the title
I think
of Seven.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the really just like for our listeners, if you're watching this trilogy along with us here, do not watch Seven Doors of Death. It is cut. It has nothing good in it. All the scenes, the good gore is out of that. So I've seen that version a long time ago. Find The Beyond, unrated, uncut.
Yeah,
Watch that one.
Actually, I've been blessed with I'll give a shout out, even though they got a far superior following to us. But the podcast Under the Stairs. That's like the first part of podcast that I fell in love with, to the point where it's like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I can't talk worth a shit, but my man Duncan on that show made me went from like, that would be cool to do, to where I really need to fucking do this. And then it probably took like 5-6 years before I actually pulled the trigger on it. In other words, found somebody else who would want to do that too. But he did a contest years ago where he had the Steelbook, collector's edition of fucking The Beyond.
Yeah.
And he was doing a contest, and it was kind of like what we did. Like, all you had to do was like enter.
Yeah.
Like, enter in this very specific way, and you'll be pulled up in a raffle. And I ended up fucking winning it.
Oh, nice.
And he's out in Scotland.
Okay.
And I remember when I won, he was just like, hey, give me your address and all that, and I'll ship it out to you. It should be out in about this much time. And I remember when that came in, that's when the ex-wife still lived here. And a package came in. I came home from work, and she's just like, who do you know in Scotland? This is when we were already done, but still cohabitating. And I was like, what are you talking about? She said, you got mail from Scotland. Who the fuck do you know in Scotland? I'm like, and I just walked in the door. I'm like, I don't know. And then I looked, and I saw like, oh shit, this is a major award.
It's a major award. It's my fucking leg lamp. That's what it is.
With a little more blood.
Yeah.
And something about a hospital and
fragile.
But yeah, I opened it up, and I'm trying to explain to her. I'm like, there's a podcast I listened to from Scotland. They had a contest, and I even tried lightening the mood by saying, I'm like, this is a major award.
Yeah.
Because she's one, she can't go through Christmas without watching A Christmas Story at least 3 times in that marathon. And she was like pissed off, like, oh, who are you fucking in Scotland? I'm like, oh yeah, you remember that time I was 5 minutes late? Yeah, I took a detour to fucking, it was Edinburgh or whatever, and fucking.
So this was the people under the podcast Under the Stairs. What's the name of this?
Yeah, okay. The podcast Under the Stairs. You want to guess what one of his favorite movies is of all time?
Oh, The People Under the Stairs.
But no, it's a
good one.
It's a great show. He always collabs with, like, he's involved with a network. So obviously they do a lot of crossovers and shit. And yeah, he himself does. I haven't listened in a while, but he does like so many fucking spin-off shows. Like, he's up there with Felissa for me. Like, he does like 12 different shows. He puts out like 3 or 4 episodes a week, on top of a full-time job, on top of a wife and 2 kids. Oh, wow. Love it. They go on vacations once or twice a year, and yet he keeps that consistent. Like, dude, fucking, how do you do this?
Yeah,
like,
busy man.
What type of tech do you have that you can have this much going on in life? But yeah, you got great inspiration. I highly recommend the show.
Yeah, for me it was Horror 101. That was the podcast that really got me into it years ago. And I actually wrote into it. I mean, they do a really nice job. I think I told you guys about, educating, your fears, educating the whole kind of like a school type Horror 101. But I actually wrote to them once and interacted, and they were asking for movies. I gave them Dead and Buried. Okay. Right? They shit all over. One of the dudes was like actually fucking pissed that he had to watch it. I'm like,
he went full Joe.
Yeah, like he was like upset, and he was like shitting, and I'm saying to myself, you motherfuckers are like probably the only ones that don't like Dead and Buried. I mean, you go to any horror fan, it's like Dead and Buried. It's a good fucking. It's got a cult following, man. It's a good fucking horror movie, and he's shitting on it. And I'm like, dude, man, what the fuck? So yeah, so I like them, but that kind of turned me off a little bit. Don't shit on Dead and Buried, man. You're like the only fucking horror fan in the world that shits on Dead and Buried.
Yeah.
Like I gave him some horrible fucking B type fucking movie made for $20 to fucking to watch. It's like, dude, man, your reaction a little too fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but I love those guys. I still listen to them every once in a while. But yeah, that was funny for me. The only fucking people that don't like Dead and Buried. I'm gonna take your horror fucking card.
Fuck, now I gotta go and rewatch that too.
Oh, Dead and Buried fucking classic, dude. Man. Anybody that doesn't like that movie, I question their horror sanity.
I'm to the point now, yeah, there's a lot of late 70s, early 80s shit that I need to go
hell
back
yeah,
to.
man. Yeah, that was the time, man. They were making some good shit back then, but props to Horror 101. I still love you guys. I still listen to them.
I hate that opinion, but I love you guys.
I hate that opinion. Yeah, I hate the fact that you called me out on fucking on your podcast there. But I got the last laugh because Dead and Buried, a lot more people like it than dislike it. All right, Dave.
All right, man. Wonderful as always. And,
absolutely, man.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll record. We're gonna do for our listeners. We got a little
we have our
2024 wrap up.
Yes.
Some categories, some homework that Joe T gave us. So yeah, looking forward to getting back to Danny T's beautiful studio and doing a little recording. So
yeah, I still am going to petition. We have a couple days left, which is funny. By the time you hear this episode, all the shit we're talking about has already happened weeks ago. But I still want to petition because one of the first things we mentioned when we were talking about categories, I still think we should do best crack.
Yeah, I mean, we could honorable mention.
That's the easiest one, like player 3. Duh.
Yeah. What?
Again, Murder Sides wasn't this year, so it's got to go to player 3. So,
all right, I'm gonna get ready for my Dolphins game at 1 o'clock.
Good,
so now I go from horror mode to football mode, just like that. It's like Stallone turning the fucking cap backwards, right? Let's go, baby. Right. All right, Dave. Enjoy your Sunday. To our listeners out there, stay creepy. And happy holidays to everyone.
Yes, that as well.
Happy horror days.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Tito.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, where we use the number 4 to save you time. Check out our entire catalog at excellentdayforapodcast.com. Also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Have a question? Email us at excellentdayforapodcast@gmail.com.
But guys, I want to interact on social media.
Excellent.
See what we did there?
Follow us on Twitter at excellentday4a. Otherwise, search for What an Excellent Day for a Podcast to get our Facebook page, our group page, Instagram, YouTube, and our newly launched Twitch channel. Come say hello, share them all,